Hello everybody, Jessica here, welcoming you today for something just a little bit new and different. Please do not panic. This is not going to interfere with our Monday, Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday free workouts here on the channel. I do run across products that I absolutely love that help enhance my health and fitness journey, and I just think that it would be wonderful to share those with you all here. So today I am going to be doing a full review for one of my absolute favorite footwear brands. This is Flux Footwear, and we are going to be going over the Adapt Runner shoe. I think that this shoe is a great fit for a lot of people. We're going to go ahead and talk about who would be the best fit and that this shoe would benefit the most, and maybe for some of us who this shoe maybe not be the best idea for, because right, even the most wonderful products are not amazing for everybody. So looking at the shoe here, right, it is a running shoe. Really great cushioning here through the sole. Beautiful tread at the bottom. One of my favorite things about this tread is that it is not overly bumpy. It is grippy and it keeps my feet stable, but I do not feel like I am going to slide. Now, if I am doing something like a side-to-side walk or running, I do get really good foot movement and traction through this grip without it making me come to a complete dead halt stop. So it's not overly grippy, but just enough that maybe you're not going to slip out on accident. Looking at the structure of the shoe, beautiful netting here on the top. Really breathable through the center. And you can see here that I have lots of pairs of these shoes. I love them so very much. And keeping the slate completely clear here today. As an Amazon influencer, as a YouTuber with a pretty great following, I am offered products from brands for free. A lot of times I am gifted products. I am also offered commissions in exchange for promoting a product. I want to be very clear here that this is not a sponsored video. I have received nothing from Flux Footwear brand to tell you how amazing this shoe is. All of these shoes that I have here in my Flux Footwear collection, I have purchased with my own hard-earned money myself. This is just a brand and a shoe that I really love, I have benefited from, and I'm sharing that with you here today. Of course, I will have an Amazon link down at the bottom of this video. If you would like to help support me in exchange for this review, you can purchase this shoe through Amazon through that link. And as an Amazon associate, I will earn a commission from qualifying purchases there. But other than that, I have no incentive to tell you how great this shoe is, other than I just care about you guys. And I wanted to put you on a really wonderful shoe here that before I found it, I hadn't heard or seen much about. Coming back to the shoe. Really wide toe box here. And I tend to have very narrow feet, and I have had the experience in the past that wide toe box shoes also tend to be too wide through the arch and the heel. Now, I do experience just a little bit of movement in there, but the best part about this is I feel like my foot is sturdy while my toes can help stretch and spread out. And that is so important because the feet are the foundation for all of our forward, backward, sideways, a lot of our movements. Where we're not using our hands, we are probably using our feet. Those muscles need to be able to work, and in order to build up and maintain proper foot strength and mechanics, those toes and those feet muscles need to be challenged and they need to be working. The design of this shoe allows for those toes to open and go ahead and work and maintain the strength or build strength that you need through the foot to keep it nice and strong. It has a very high tab back here at the back of the shoe. And one of my favorite things about the shoe is that I can hold on to that tab and slide my foot in. The tongue is stretchy, but you will notice here with that lacing and this plastic ridge along the side, the stretch does not happen through the middle of the foot. Just enough that you can get your foot to the inside of it without having to strain. So very similar to a step-on style shoe. The sole will move with your foot, but not too big of a movement, right? Anything that is good enough to help can also be too much, and then it becomes harmful. So this is a moderately flexible sole. It will twist and turn with your foot, but you will still feel rigid within it, so not rolling in through the ankle or kind of buckling through that. Looking here at the inside of the shoe, and I'm not sure if you can see it, there is a textured sole. I do myself suffer from foot fatigue if I am on the elliptical machine for too long, if I'm going for long outdoor walks or running. I do notice that the circulation to my feet does start to drop off. My toes start getting tingly and numb, and this massaging insole has helped with that. It did take a little bit of getting used to at first, but I have really, really grown to love it. This is by far the most comfortable shoe I have ever worn. I don't really suffer from complete plantar fasciitis, but I do tend to have pain through the ball of my foot right behind my big toe, and that has been something that has hindered a lot of my workouts and movements. And I've noticed a reduction in foot irritation by wearing the shoe. I live in these. I love these so much. And if you've joined us for the workouts, you have probably seen how often I am wearing these now. Really wonderful shoe. But of course, it's not always a good fit for everybody, right? So talking about some of the other features here, this is a zero drop shoe. That means that the heel is not going to be elevated above the front of the ball of the foot or through the toes. So you are going to be very flat. For some people, that's going to be more comfortable, and for other people, might not be so comfortable if you are coming from a very high-heeled athletic sneaker where you tend to have that downward slope. If you're wearing your shoes and you feel a lot of pressure forward on the ball of the foot, that can be very irritating for some people, but for some people, they find it to be more comfortable loading into those foot mechanics. So zero drop, I love it. I think that it is something that everybody should work their way towards, because we need those feet to be able to move in a appropriate pattern through our foot stride, especially if you are doing something high impact like running, but even throughout your day and for long walking periods. But it may be too big of a jump from high drop to zero drop initially. So you could even just wear this for 30 minutes a day and kind of let the foot acclimate to it, because it might feel a little bit different. Let your foot adjust slowly and start increasing that time. Another issue with this shoe that I find is that the fabric around the top, it does allow for some movement within the foot. So I did come down half a size, and that's only what I did. I can't say that that is going to be the best fit for you. We all have different feet, and what feels good might be a little bit different. There was not a large break-in period, but I did find that some of the fabric around the toe did loosen up over time. So initially a 7.5, I thought, oh, I have made a mistake. It's crunching my toes. And after a few days of use, it opened right up, and now they fit perfectly, because this wider toe box, again, gives you more of that ability to open the foot. So I guess I didn't need as much length. I probably just needed more room for my toes to move, and found it typically in a size 8. But coming down and having that extra room here in a 7.5 fits a lot better. One of the things that I would recommend being very cautious about here is through this middle part of the foot. If you stand and you notice that your ankles tend to buckle in, so if you find that you have a very heavy wear pattern on your shoes through the insole, this inside of the foot, and you tend to buckle those heels in, This shoe is not a shoe that is going to prevent that. So it's not a shoe that is naturally going to shift you to the side because it is a flat-soled zero drop shoe. So if you wear this and you notice that those ankles start buckling in, you have a lot of foot eversion, that can start causing some problems through your stride pattern. And of course, that's all going to run up the chain from the ankles to the knees to the hips. You might start feeling some discomfort there. That's not an issue that I have. So I don't know if adding a little additional arch support to keep that foot a little bit more of the pressure on the outer edge of the foot rather than the inside would be helpful or not, but it is something definitely to consider when you are purchasing your footwear, right? How is your natural stride pattern? Definitely you can consult a professional to find a really perfectly tailored pair of shoes, but coming straight off of Amazon or off of the shoe racks, I find that this has been an incredibly wonderful shoe. It's absolutely one of my favorites. It has a little structure through the heel, but it's not hard. So I do get a little bit of heel movement. Again, something that some people might like, some people might not like, just something to consider. I'm not trying to sway you on the shoes, just telling you my experience with them. And you can see here that I have a lot of different colors. If you go to the Flux Footwear site, my blue pair here, these are waterproof. So in a running shoe, or if you're just out walking around, it's been nice to have the waterproof option because then my socks and my toes don't get wet. They come in beautiful colors. Some of these are fun seasonal colors. So if you look through the Amazon website, from time to time, the colors will change. On the Flux Footwear website, they will have different color options as well. They do also offer a really wonderful trail running shoe. So if you are a hiker, on that trail running shoe, the foot sock will come up a little bit higher around the ankle, and there is more significant treading on the bottom of it. Same great cushioning through the sole of the shoe, and also same great massaging insert on the inside. So that is my quick, maybe not so quick review of the Flux footwear. Like I said, I was not given any pairs of shoes. I was not gifted anything by this brand. This is just a shoe that, as someone who has struggled with foot pain for as long as I can remember being athletic, really challenging myself in workouts, I have experimented with every brand, every style of shoe, all of the fad trends, and I have never run across a shoe that I have found to be as comfortable or as helpful as this brand, and that is just my completely honest review and opinion. Like I said, if you would like to support this channel and help support me by purchasing these through that Amazon link that I will put in this video, I do receive a small commission. It's not going to cost you anything extra. I just get a little bonus for referring you, whether you decide to buy these through Amazon on your own or from the Flux Footwear website. I love this shoe. I think that it is a great fit, very comfortable for most of us out there. And hopefully I helped give you some features of the shoe to consider moving forward of, is this shoe a good fit for you? So that is it for today for this shoe. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't joined us for our workouts, we do have those, like I said at the beginning of the video. And if you just took a break from the workouts to join me for the first review video on the channel, thanks for hanging around and watching. Of course, I will see you guys back here again soon. No matter what you are here for, I definitely hope that you take good care of yourself in between our workouts, in between our review videos, and all of the fun things that we have coming up on this channel. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.